Now, I hope you didn't miss it, but for the last hour, Donald Trump was speaking right there at that rally in Tampa, Florida. We can't show you this video enough. Great moment. He carried a baby onto the stage, kissed her. The crowd went wild. Listen to what he said about all of this. Watch this.
As part of our plan to bring back jobs, we're going to lower taxes on American business from 35% to 15%. We're the highest taxed nation in the world. One of the main reasons that they'll leave. We will massively cut taxes for the middle class also. And by the way, don't hear it from me, just look at it. Hillary Clinton is going to raise taxes substantially.
He went from the baby moment, which was really fantastic, and then he launched into a lot of policy ideas right there. And who's been watching all of this along with us? Frank Luntz, the man himself. Frank, welcome to the program. I think that was a terrific speech. Now, you're the political pro. What do you think?
So I'm going to be the one that, I don't want to be the one that brings everyone down. But let's put this in perspective. 1 week ago, Donald Trump was not in this position. 1 week ago, this election was Hillary Clinton's to lose. And make no mistake, the polls on a national basis and on state by state have moved towards Donald Trump in virtually every state. But I want, Stuart, we have to put this in perspective. For Trump to win, it's not enough for him to win the popular vote. He has to win 270 electoral votes. That means he has to win Florida, Nevada, Colorado, Arizona, North Carolina, New Hampshire. This is a very tall order, and he is tied in a couple of places. He's appointed to a head, but in a couple of those states, he's actually 2 or 3 points behind. It is close, but at this point, if the election were held today on Saturday, she still has a narrow edge.
Okay, but Frank, you saw that speech. I thought it was a very good speech. Okay, to his supporters, 5,000 of them, and he got that crowd going. And I know that this speech was not run on the broadcast networks. I know it's not going to receive that much exposure in the media at large, but that was one extraordinary speech. He got that audience, and he got the people who were watching on Fox News and Fox Business. You don't think it's a good enough speech to sort of roll him forward, keep that momentum going? He's going to give another 3 or 4 of them today.
It's a good enough speech to ensure that his voters come out and vote. But in every survey right now, Clinton is either up a point or 2, dead even, and what it takes is turnout. There's already been close to 40 million people who've cast ballots. I'm specifically looking at Nevada because it's a very important state for Trump. And the Democratic turnout in early voting is remarkable, and that's going to be a challenge for the Trump campaign. Now, look, this candidate did not put the time and effort and money into micro-targeting, into grassroots, turn out the vote, get out the vote. He does not have the same ground game as Hillary Clinton, but he also has greater passion, greater intensity, and I do believe there is a small hidden Trump vote. The question now is, which is more significant? The people who are calling, door knocking, emailing, and texting, or those who won't tell pollsters that they're supporting Trump, but are going to vote for him on Tuesday?
Look, Frank, you've been right frequently in the past, and I'm not going to accuse you of throwing cold water on the speech that we just saw, because you have been right in the past. Let me bring up the latest Fox News poll. I know you've seen it, but let me share this for our viewers. Donald Trump continues to gain ground, continues to narrow the gap. I'm not going to call it a surge, but he's narrowing that gap. 45-43, Hillary over Donald Trump. In the new Fox poll, it is, I think, I'm going to call that a statistical tie. Trump leads on the economy, which is perhaps the most important issue out there. And get this, 66% of voters, 52-44 on the economy, and 66% of voters see Hillary Clinton as not trustworthy, not honest. My question to you is this: momentum. Again, I'm going back to momentum. Do you think he's got enough momentum to carry him through the next 3 days to a win on Tuesday? You've got to make that judgment.
Has the momentum.
Now, this is a judgment call. You've got to tell me right now, will the momentum that he's got carry him through to a win on Tuesday? What do you say?
I believe that he has momentum, and he has momentum in the right states at the right time. I believe that he's still 1% or 2 behind. And I'm watching this early voting, and the Democrats do have the initial advantage, although Republicans are traditionalists, and they tend to vote on Election Day. If Donald Trump buys a 2-minute ad in the NFL Game of the Week on Sunday night and on Monday night, he'll be reaching somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 million voters. 2 minutes for him to deliver his final message. It's not enough for him to deliver a brilliant speech in Florida. He has to speak to the country. There are 8 states that are essential to a Trump victory. He has to win 7 out of those 8. I'm not willing to go as far as you are. I'm not willing to say that with the current momentum, he will be the next president. But he is clearly in this, and I don't know how much more strongly I can emphasize. Sunday night, Monday night, when voters are watching nationwide, Trump has to deliver a message of why he would be different than Hillary Clinton and why you cannot trust Hillary Clinton. Whether he does it or not, Stuart, he hasn't paid the money to advertise up to this point. Let's see if he does it in the next 3 days.
Well, you know what you're talking about, Frank, and we appreciate that. And thank you very much for taking a long time out on a Saturday morning for Frank Luntz to be on Varney & Company. It is appreciated, sir, and thank you very much.